Mom, where is everything? Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, and welcome to another Frost Reads Reddit. And today we're going back to my favorite subreddit, r/no sleep. Anyways, today's story was posted by user 36094247. That's a mouthful. And it's titled, "Please do not stare into the eyes of your reflection in the mirror." You know that experiment where you stare into the mirror at your own eyes and hold the gaze until you see your face start going all weird? If you haven't, please do not try it out. I'm begging and warning you. I repeat, do not try it. I hope by the end of reading this, I have convinced you as to why you should not try this. Now, I loved doing weird experiments that gave me a warped version of reality. Something to break up the monotony of life, you know? As a 22-year-old that just got stuck into a 9-to-5 job, I desperately tried to change things up. I didn't want to do drugs, so I tried experiments like the one above. When I first read about this mirror experiment, I thought it was absolutely amazing. It was so cool to see things change right before your eyes. I remember one particular time when my face got so warped it no longer looked like me. Heck, it didn't even look human. I was absolutely thrilled. So I tried doing this experiment under different lights, like a bright light, a red light, a dim light, and lastly, candlelight, just to see the effects of each light. You don't realize how just one single action can completely turn your life around. Like how not being able to answer questions on titration in chemistry made me get a C for that course, and as a result, I could not get into medical science, which changed my degree completely, and as a result, my job. My life could have been totally different had I gotten into medical school. Anyways, the point is, it's always the smallest of things that can have a major impact, and for me, it was 3 simple lit candles. So, one day I decided to try out the experiment in candlelight. Oddly, this time I felt scared. Don't ignore your gut feelings. It's honestly like a second brain. In fact, I think studies have proved it. Google it or something. So, I felt quite odd, but decided to go ahead anyways. I lit up 3 candles, enough to illuminate just my face, and started the experiment as usual and stared into my eyes. 20 seconds had passed, and instead of my face changing as usual, it remained the same. I decided to continue for longer, despite the itching sensation of unease. Then my face started changing, slowly and clearly. My eyes came too close to each other. They had become red. I didn't realize I had been smiling, but I could see myself smiling widely. It was one of those smiles where you could see the gums on your teeth. They looked so red. I got freaked out and I closed my eyes. When I opened my eyes, just for a split second, I saw the warped image of myself again. I thought it must have been one of those images that are sort of retained in your memory and play out afterwards. Like when you see negative images on your computer screen, and then when you see a white wall, you see the image. I brushed it off and did not see myself in the mirror the whole day. That night, I decided to brush my hair in front of my mirror, and I swear for a second I saw my warped version standing behind me, with that same smile. I quickly turned around, almost screaming, but didn't see anything, thankfully. After that, I didn't see anything odd for a while. I did stop with the stupid experiment. Then, after a while at my friend's house, I saw it again. I saw it while I was drying some silver pots and saw my own face, sort of blurred out, but then I also saw the odd warped image of myself. I almost dropped my pot. From then on, my warped image made a daily appearance on any reflective surface. Windows at work, puddles on the street, bathroom mirrors, laptop reflection. If it reflected an image, my warped image made an appearance. Now, if you're wondering how I kept my sanity, well, to be honest, I don't know. I stopped looking at myself in the mirror and got rid of all reflective things in my house and tried to stay away from reflective things. I got my best friend to come stay with me, telling her I was just feeling lonely. My parents are in a different country, so sadly I couldn't flee into their protective arms. Never did I think something I was so familiar with, like my face or myself, would scare me. Every time I looked at my hands or body, I looked at it for just a second longer, just to make sure I know it's me. So, you know the phrase, "I know it like the back of my hand"? That's a pretty stupid saying, because until this time I had not paid much attention to the back of my hand, and now every time I do, I question if it's the same hands I saw the last time. Anyways, I digress. I needed to share this information with a person, somebody who is smart and could comfort me. Though I'm not very religious, I always enjoyed going to temples as I'm Hindu. I found it calming and safe. I had been quite close with the priest there over the years, and he would always tell me wonderful practical stories about life and other important lessons, so I decided I would tell him of my odd experience. I met him on a Tuesday night. Usually Tuesdays are the quietest, so I thought it would be a good idea. After the usual routine of praying, etc., I asked if I could share something with him, and he was more than happy to listen. For someone who is always calm, I did not expect his reaction. The minute I told him about the reflection, his face looked extremely worried, and he abruptly looked away from me. Once I finished telling him the story, he took a golden jug of holy water and literally emptied it on me right then and there. Now, usually priests will give a drop of that water with a little golden spoon, not empty the entire contents of the jug onto you. Before I could say anything, he went and handed me a lemon without looking at me again, along with some other herbs, and told me to take them with me. He told me to stay away from reflections and told me to come back next week. When I tried to talk, he still wouldn't look at me and told me to leave and come back next week. You can imagine how scary that must have been. A priest freaking out. That fluffed me up. So guys, here I am, writing this down in hopes that someone else has had a similar experience and or could provide some help or some sort of comfort. And I could really use the help, because my warped image that used to appear in reflections I saw yesterday at work, not on a reflection, but standing near my colleague's desk. That's messed up in so many ways. I already don't like mirrors, and that isn't helping. There's only one mirror in our entire house, and it's in the bathroom, and it still makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why, but I just really don't like mirrors. And I mean, it would be one thing if you were seeing a distorted reflection, but seeing your own distorted reflection as a person. Sorry, no, I am not sleeping tonight. You can't make me. Also, not gonna lie, I can understand why the priest doused you in holy water. I mean, you kinda got yourself into some Bloody Mary style stuff, and I can understand him not wanting to have anything to do with it. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and if you want to tell me what you think about the story, leave a comment down below. I love reading your guys' comments. Anyways, until next time, everybody. Bye!
Oh yeah, I want to show our patrons some love too, because they're awesome. Their contributions help us to afford all the neat stuff we use to record. So thank you. And if you want to become a patron too, you can click the link down in the description. You'd really be helping the channel out, and you'd get a couple nifty goodies too. Anyways, if you made it this far in the video, then yay, you're amazing. By the way, subscribe! Please don't make a foxy bag.